A customer of mine was so impressed with the transformation I had made to her marble shower tiles that she asked me to come back and work some magic on the porcelain tiled floor in her kitchen. The property was in Binfield, which is situated close to Reading, between Bracknell and Wokingham. I had other jobs booked in at the time, so after working out a quote which included lightening the colour of the grout, I scheduled a date for a return visit. The porcelain tile itself wasn't too old, roughly 5 years, but had been sealed with a product that had failed to bond with the tile, leaving it stained and dark. There are 3 types of porcelain tile commonly available, and only micro-porous porcelain will take a sealer. So, suspect either these tiles were of the non-porous type, or that the previous sealer wasn't an impregnator, which is typically thinner, so it can soak into the pores. Before starting, I removed the kickboards from underneath the kitchen units. Then, to strip off the old sealer and deep clean the tile and grout, I applied a strong dilution of Tile Dr. Pro Clean. This was allowed us to soak into the floor for approximately 10 minutes, before scrubbing the tile and grout lines with a stiff grout brush and a black abrasive scrubbing pad fitted to our rotary machine. The resulting slurry was rinsed off the floor using more water and a wet extraction machine. Once the whole area was cleaned, I left the floor to dry off. Although the grout was now clean, it was still dark in appearance, which made the room look smaller. I was ready for this, however, as part of the quote I had included colouring the grout with a white colorant, which would dramatically affect the appearance of the floor and seal the grout, protecting it from future staining. Returning from lunch, the grout had dried, and I was able to start the grout colouring process. I did this using a tube of white Tile Dr. Grout colorant applied using a small brush, carefully wiping away any excess that had smeared onto the tile using a damp chamois. Once the product had dried, I gave the floor a buff with a white pad to remove any remaining residue. The customer was delighted with the results and left positive feedback. Yet again, Dennis has made my tiles look new. In fact, they look even better than when they were first laid in the kitchen. Very impressed with the work and professionalism, and would highly recommend his services. Porcelain tiles are fairly robust, and with the grout colorant providing a barrier over the grout, the floor is set to stay looking good for some time to come. However, there are a lot of cleaners out there on the market, some of which are very strong, so for aftercare I recommended the use of Tile Dr. Neutral Cleaner. It's a concentrated product, so a small amount goes a long way.